What is going on, esteemed witnesses of the courtroom? This is the Croc to bring me an X and Y Wi-Fi battle versus Seaslug. Let's jump right into it. We're going to have the best match me and him have ever had. So, I am going to be leading here with my Gliss score, and he is going to be leading with this Landorus. Now, here's the big deal here. This Landorus could technically have Hidden Power Ice. He's going to go for the knockoff first, which is awesome because he knocks my Toxic Orb off. Awesome for him, that is. So I am going to trade him some Toxic status for knocking my Toxic Orb off, because technically I am still a defensive wall. Now, I figured he would go for Stealth Rock on the very first turn instead of the HP Ice, and after going for the Ice Fang here, I see he is incredibly defensive, which he's going to be switching out because that means that he probably cannot hurt this Gliscor, and he doesn't have the Hidden Power Ice, so that is very good notion to think about right there. So he's going to switch out into Tornadus. I predicted him to switch into something else, so I went for the Earthquake, and I'm going to be switching out into my Poleon because this guy's probably going to be going for a Hurricane straight away, because Hurricane or Hidden Power Ice are the two best options to hit the Gliscor that was out just a minute ago. He is going to hit the Confusion also, the Confusion Affliction with that Hurricane. Now I've got to try to figure out what else it's going to go for. It actually goes for the Focus Blast, and I'm able to get this Defog off, so that gets the Stealth Rocks off the field. So technically Empoleon has already done his job, and he can GTFO, because I do not want to be taking any kind of Focus Blast of any kind from any Pokemon, including this Tornadus Therian form. So I'll be switching into Aegislash because I know he's probably going to go straight away for the Focus Blast once again. And he actually does carry the Heat Wave as well, which is very unfortunate. And he is going to score the burn on me. But luckily I am the other alternative Quiet set, so I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball. It's going to do a ton of damage to this Tornadus, and that is going to help me later on with my Pinsir wearing this thing down. So now I'm going to be switching out into Greninja, and he plays this very nicely. Just go straight away for the Hurricane. My thought process is, if he wanted to go again for the Heat Wave, just thinking I would stay in, thinking I could two-shot him with the Shadow Ball, that would have worked out well. Now, I know he's going to be switching into Rotom here, so I'm going for the Dark Pulse as opposed to the Scald. And now looking at his team, he's got a Terrakion who's going to try to come in right here on the Justified boost, and I'm like, no sir, I don't think so. We're going to be going for some Scalds here, because Life Orb Scald with Protean obviously going to KO this Terrakion one shot unless he Sash, but he was Choice Scarf most likely to get advantage of the Justified switch-in boost, so that is not going to be happening today. So Rotom's going to come in. I figure he might be Scarfed, which is the only reason I switch out here into this Gliscor, and he plays that really well going for the Hydro Pump. I didn't want to lose Greninja. I feel like it'll be useful later. Without the Toxic Orb, Gliscor is a lot less useful on my team, so that is exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to go into my Talonflame from this range. I know my Talonflame can take it out with a Brave Bird. Even though Rotom is a defensive tank or especially defensive tank, I know from that range Brave Bird will definitely take it out. So down goes this big threat as well to my team with my Talonflame. Now he's going to bring in this Alakazam. Now what I'm thinking about with this Alakazam is, I know of course I've got the priority Brave Bird, but he's going to be sashed the way he brought it in. He doesn't care about hazards that aren't up, and he's going to survive with the Focus Sash. Now I predicted him to go for the Psychic as opposed to the Dazzling Gleam. My thought process is he was thinking I'd switch in Greninja, thinking he'd go for Psychic to get a free hit, because we have a Speed tie, but that's not going to be the case. I'm just going to kill him off with a Brave Bird, since he wanted to go for the Dazzling Gleam, predicting the Greninja switch. Alrighty then. So now Slug is going to be switching out back into his Landorus, get the Intimidate, and that means I'm going to have to switch out, even though I'm quite sure I could do quite a bit of damage to it even still. I just don't want to take that chance. I'm going to go out into my Pinsir, predicting him to go for the Rocks, because I know that Mega Pinsir isn't going to be able to do anything once Rocks are up. And basically, unless he has Stone Edge, I'm not near as scared of it, but I'm going to go straight away for the Swords Dance, as any other move he could go for, including Knockoff, isn't going to phase me, since of course I have the Pinsir on and you cannot knock that off. He's just going to go straight away for the U-turn. Now, looking at his targets, he's probably just going to go straight away into this Tornadus. And my thought process is, okay, this Tornadus is powerful, but I do have a +2 Aerial 8 Pinsir coming here. And that stabbed quick attack is actually going to take that Tornadus out, and down goes this massive threat to my team. This was one of the biggest threats as well. So down goes that. Now he's going to get this Intimidate off, and I was like, okay, cool. So you only took me down by 1 stage of attack. I'm still at +1. Now I'm at +3, as he's going to go for the knockoff here. I'm assuming that he predicted a switch, but that's not going to be the case. The quick attack is actually going to take this Landorus as well. And being how defensive that was a defensive wall, a massive threat. He's going to bring in this Charizard. Now, ladies and gentlefish, I'm going to make the worst play I can make, because giving the damage calcs that he gave me after the match, I had a 93% to OHKO this thing right here, with the Aerialate Quick Attack at +3. But for some reason, I actually misclicked, and I do misclick switching out, and now I have got a big problem on my hands. I've got a Charizard Y who is ready to deal with everything on my team, and there isn't much I can do back to it. So he's going to go straight away for the Fire Blast. I'm not going to be able to get the rocks off the field that he put back on the field, so not getting that defog is a big deal, because now nothing can come in. Greninja's going to have to get killed off to the rocks, and it kind of dawned on me at this point that I pretty much just sacked my win condition. I play this incredible game, and he just starts roosting up here, and I was like, alright, so I still have Aerialate Quick Attack and Brave Bird, but there's a problem. If you guys look at the remaining HP on both of them, they're actually both below 50%, and I tell you, other than that one play, and it's a big misplay. It's huge. I mean, you know, I guess I wasn't thinking. I didn't want to lose my Pinsir. I felt like Pinsir was the best thing to fight this thing. I guess I didn't think about the Stealth Rock switching. So Shadow Ball, just Shadow Balling away. It's going to take it down to half. He makes the correct plays, being that the only things I have left on my team are 4 times weak to Stealth Rocks. And that becomes a bit of a problem, because now Pinsir can't come in because he will die to the rocks, and probably even from that range without the boost, I think even at half I could have taken it down, and I definitely could have taken it down with my Talonflame, which is also going to be dying off to the rocks, and that is a very depressing game. So I hope you guys have enjoyed that game. Now, one thing you need to think about is there is that 7 to 8% chance this same thing could have happened, explaining to you why this +3 quick attack could have not one-shotted the Charizard, and then the same thing would have ensued. Stealth Rocks would have continued to wreck my team, and Seaslug would have come all the way back. Incredible match from Slug's side, and some really powerful plays in the beginning. I still enjoyed the match, and I thought it was worth an upload. So rate, comment, subscribe, peace out, objection, and find the computer room, and enjoy, and peace.